This is your place for all things automotive, the award-winning InWheelTime Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we get you involved in Hemmings Sold Car Roundup and what it's sold for, along with this week's new car reviews. I've also got 5 extinct car manufacturers that should make a comeback. It's a story that was published on Hemmings.com. And I thought this is too good to pass up, so we're going to do that as well. Later, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History. And I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zeek, I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us for our live show here on this Saturday morning. Going to be a beautiful day. And by the way, I'd be remiss. Or reminiscent. Anyway, whatever I'll be. Today is the art car parade downtown.
We're going to bring that up. I think Mike has something on that.
Yeah, we tried to set something up. I finally heard back from them late Thursday night.
Uh-huh.
And they said the board of directors was busy, the parade, blah, 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 blah. But there would be a lot of people that we could talk to that are out there lining up. And so I answered back, great, that's who we want to talk to. Give me some names and I'll set it up. Never heard another word.
Oh. That's okay. But it's an annual event. How many years has it been going?
Long time.
Long time.
I went to one of the first ones.
I think Kathy and I did too.
And it was tons of fun down Allen Parkway and around downtown to the City Hall.
It used to be just, you decorated something in the backyard or whatever. But I heard this year that some of the car dealerships are donating their wholesale vehicles, the ones they can't sell or refurbish to sell to the public. The wholesale vehicles that go to auction, they're kind of giving some of those away for the folks to...
Well, that would be fun.
To do that, yeah. That's what I heard anyways.
So,
dealers.
Shall we do this?
Yeah.
Okay. 5 extinct car manufacturers that should make a comeback.
There it is.
Over the course of automotive history, many vehicle manufacturers, even successful ones, have been forced to call it quits, despite in some cases being gone for decades. Car lovers still reminisce about what once was. Many of the cars, now classics, are considered collectibles. Here are some of them that have gone extinct but could potentially make a comeback in the modern day market due to previous successes and popularity. How about the 1970 Pontiac? Oh, I'm sorry. How about this one here? You know what? That's an AMC.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I threw out the page.
No. Good.
Okay, that's good.
That's just your title page, I guess.
Well, that's it.
But that could be. Yeah. Look what's in the background in this whole building there. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. But that is a American Motor AMC.
Yes.
Javelin AMX.
They made a Matador too, because we had a friend growing up that had a blue Matador.
Yeah, they made 2 or 3 of them, but this is the one that's really. It's like a 2-seater, if I remember
It
right.
is.
There's no back seat.
There's no back seat.
Like a Cougar Nova kind of size.
It's
size,
bigger.
yeah.
It's a little bit bigger, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the car. I like the design.
It's
but,
pretty right there.
AMC in my generation is like, AMC? But the car was bad to the bone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Our second car, this one. Here comes the Judge.
Here comes the Judge.
The Pontiac GTO Judge. The Pontiac name was first introduced in 1926. The automaker hasn't produced vehicles since its last car. A white 2010 G6 sedan was assembled January 4th, 2010 at the Orion Township Assembly Line. Once advertised as GM's performance division with the tagline, "We Build Excitement," Pontiac released what is argued to be the first ever American muscle car, the iconic GTO. Over its lifespan from 64 to 74 and again 2004 to 2006, Pontiac sold a total of approximately 185,000 GTOs. Who wouldn't love to see a Pontiac GTO revival compete with Dodge?
Yeah. Look at that. That's got to be somebody's man cave.
Yeah. That'd be yours.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it.
Next up is the 1950 Studebaker Champion. My brother had one of these.
I think my Aunt Stella had one. I'm not sure.
God.
It looks familiar. I think she had a Ford.
I asked him before he died, I said, so whatever happened to that car? He says, well, I was stopped at a stoplight, and a garbage truck, came and rammed into the back of it and pushed the rear bumper right up to the back of the front seat.
Oh, wow.
My back was never the same, but there you go. That car.
I think my aunt had a Ford.
Popular model was the Champion, which is this one here. Built from 1939 until 1958, the Studebaker Champion was the brand's best seller because of its durable engine, styling, and affordability. And if you look at that, it kind of looks like the Tucker a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's got some favors
That
there. Yeah.
bullet nose thing on it.
Yeah, and the way the rear end's kind of that rear quarter.
Yeah. Crazy about Mercury.
Oh, yeah. That's a nice
Created
car.
by Edsel Ford in 1938, Mercury was meant to bridge the gap between Ford and Lincoln model lines within Ford Motor Company. Mercury was the sixth most popular car brand in the U.S. in the early 1950s. Classic Mercury cars produced from 49 to 51 are recognized as the holy grail of traditional custom cars. The Mercury Grand Marquis was the best-selling Mercury car with 2.7 million. The Grand Marquis.
Yeah, that is a good-looking car there.
That is.
I would drive that. That would be hot rod tour every day.
Yeah,
That's
some
what I
lake
would
but don't
pipes on
chop
it.
the top
No,
on it. Just
just
leave
like
it like that.
Just
Put-
like
put
that.
some lake pipes on it, though. You need a little bit.
No, I'm not into that. I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
tint the
yeah.
windows a little darker.
While Lincoln still exists, Mercury was eventually dissolved in 2011. However, Mercury trademark still registered to Ford today. So the question is Ford hanging on to hope to revive the Mercury nameplate?
That's gorgeous.
Here we go again. AMC. Well, we kind of touched on this right off the bat.
Yep.
But, first created by what was the largest corporate merger in history at the time, the American Motor Corporation, AMC, hit headlines in '54. During its 34 years as an independent company, AMC produced the Jeep, which ended up being the fate of its now extinct name when AMC was renamed the Jeep Eagle Corporation in 1988. Remember that?
Yep.
AMC's best-selling single-generation model, the AMC Gremlin, with over 670,000 units sold in the U.S. and Canada from 70 to 78. While large trucks and SUVs are still flooding the market, a smaller civilian hatchback vehicle could fill an ever-growing void in the current automotive realm. You think?
Yeah, the only thing different, I would take those prime wheel tires off and put a different brand on, in my opinion.
Like some BF Goodriches
Yeah,
or
some
something.
Gatorbacks, whatever.
Next up is Plymouth. Plymouth's brand image. Do you not have that?
I don't have another picture, no.
Well, Plymouth's brand image was focused around building affordable vehicles at the lower end of the market. It did well on sales through the 50s and 60s, but by the 80s and 90s, the name began to fade. Many Plymouths were rebadged as Dodges or Mitsubishis, and by 2000, Plymouth production went extinct. When it came to no-frills power at a fair price, Plymouth Roadrunner delivered. We saw several of them that John's got in his collection
Yeah.
out there at the Hemi Hideout. 1968 to 70 are widely regarded as the most popular car ever made by the brand. By 1970, the Roadrunner became Plymouth's best-selling performance model and one of the best-selling muscle cars ever produced. I thought that was a fun little thing to go through.
That was good.
All right. Let's do some of the recalls, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Can we do that?
I don't mind at all.
All right. First up is Nissan. Nissan Kicks for 2025. Incorrect weight rating on a label.
What? I couldn't buy that first Buick because they didn't have the
label.
The label under the hood. They would not sell me the car. So I went to another dealer and found one.
Found one.
And bought it.
And bought that one. Yeah, they didn't have the label on it. I thought
Yeah.
that was interesting. Chrysler Pacifica plug-in hybrid for 2025. Loss of control from a loose brake caliper bracket. Incorrect head restraint information on the Cadillac Lyriq for 2025. That's causing a recall. Well, couldn't go for recalls without having a Ford in there. Ford Transit Connect 2019 to 2020. Engine may overheat, and if it does that, it could possibly explode. Seatbelt may fail to retract or extend. Ford Expedition 2018 to 2020, along with the Lincoln Navigator. Same year models. Here's some more Ford stuff for you. Misaligned engine oil plug. So that means that you've stripped it to get it into the oil pan.
It's misaligned.
It's misaligned. Ford Expedition, Ford F-150, and the Lincoln Navigator 24 and 25 model years. Here's another one. Incorrect fuse may cause a loss of drive power in the Ford F-150 hybrid for 2025.
Huh.
So those
I'm still on the misaligned oil plug. Normally, when I strip a bolt or something, you can't get it back out.
well, it doesn't leak. So how would you know, unless you went to change the oil, that it's misaligned?
Is that particular part put in by automation or is it a human? That
couldn't
would be
know.
the difference.
I couldn't tell you. All I can tell you is that it's probably from the factory that made the engine. And typically, the engine is not made at the assembly plant.
No, it's
Right.
pre-assembled. All
No,
they do
no,
is
I
drop
agree,
it in
but
as a...
I just the first time you change the oil, that's going to show up.
You think? Yeah,
Yeah, and I
it's
would
gonna
think
show
that
up.
would happen at the dealership.
That's probably where
Well,
they found
but
it.
you know, most people, I don't know
It's
anymore.
part of the make ready. I mean,
Well, it's part of the. Well, no,
No?
they don't change the oil at Make Ready. No, the oil doesn't get changed until
they
whoever
changed the
buys
plug
it.
at Make Ready.
Whoever buys it changes the oil. Okay,
so the oil that comes from the factory that's in it when they ship it, that's
it's
just
going to
what they
be in
leave.
there for
That's your
5,000,
brake.
10,000
Yeah.
miles, sometimes 15,000, 20,000 miles.
About
Tonight.
3,500 for mine.
Okay.
Let's do the fun stuff, shall we?
Okay.
We happen to have this week's
Oh, I got to pull it up.
Hemming Sold Car Weekly
Dun,
Roundup.
dun, dun.
By the
And,
way,
this is a little fun thing that we do. So these cars sold through Hemmings.com in the used car department. And they come with a description. And this is for you, Jeff, because I thought this would be a perfect Jeff car. A 1989 Cadillac Alante. Do you remember the Cadillac Alante?
Ay, ay, ay.
Huh?
I do.
we talked to
Yeah.
a guy in the Cadillac, the Houston Alante Club.
Lord, can't imagine they made enough of them. But whatever the case may
They
be,
didn't say it was a big club.
wasn't this the car that was shipped over from Italy?
I believe so. Yeah,
I believe
the
it was.
Alante. Yeah,
Yeah. So this is an '89 version. How much do you think that car sold for?
89 version. That car sold for $32,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Mr. Mars?
10.5.
10.5. Now, do we have Jeff Heitzman with us?
He says 40.
40. Are you ready for this? Are you sitting down?
Yeah.
The car sold for $5,400.
Oh, that was my next guess.
I was going to say that,
Oh,
but I didn't want to sound silly.
I thought you want to do the new price. That's what the 32 is.
No,
The new
well,
price.
the new price probably was $5,000. All right, next up, the 1964 Chevrolet Chevelle. I would like to have one of these.
Oh,
Yes,
everybody
yes,
would.
yes,
Come
yes.
on.
64 Chevelle. Now, it appears as though it's got a V8 motor in it because some of those Chevelles, had 6 cylinders in them.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
look at the tailpipe. Look at the way it's stanced.
Well, it's got the V8 emblem on the
Oh,
side
yeah.
of it.
And it's got,
And-
those are hubcaps, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah,
You know how
wheel
you
covers.
Tell it's a
Can't
V8.
see them that good.
You can tell because there's fuzzy dice.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So how much do you think a 64 Chevrolet Chevelle two-door would be a hardtop? How much do you think that would go for?
I'm going to go with the 32 again.
Heitzman says 21. I'm going to stay around 18.
18. Well, the car sold for $31,500.
I knew I just had my 32s mixed up.
Yeah.
That's all
Next
it was.
car on the agenda is the 1971
Oh, man.
Chevrolet El Camino. This is an SS. Now, whether it's original or not, I don't know. But it's a 71 El Camino. My daughters think that this is a really ugly car. I like it, and I would buy it. It does. This one here, it actually has a 454 in it. But in 71, the horsepower was not what it was once was when
Yeah,
it was
to
a
match up with it,
427.
yeah.
Right. So just remember that. 71 Chevy El Camino SS. How much do you think it sold for?
$19,000.
Heitzman says 29, and I'm going to say 36.
Okay, Heitzman wins. 27.3 is the sold price for that one.
I just saw one on Facebook Marketplace in Alabama, a roller for $6,000.
Yeah. Well, that would kind of fit with the price on this. All right, next up, 1977 Chevy Impala Caprice. Two-door.
I'll let you go first, Michael.
It has a 350 V8 in it with 300 horsepower. 77 Chevy Impala Caprice.
10. Just because it's
Jeff?
Caprice.
I'm going to go 8.
Like aftermarket wheels on it. isn't
Yeah. And there's a trailer behind it. Did it just come off of that or
No,
what?
no. What does Mr. Heitzman say?
it? He's saying 33. He's impressed by
Okay,
it.
well, you'll be impressed by the sale price of $12,600.
We're all over the board on that one.
Yeah.
What did you say, Mike? Did you?
I think I said 11.5 or something
yeah.
like that.
Okay.
Okay. 77 Impala. All right. Next up, for all of our English lovers, 62 Triumph TR4. Remember, we talked to the president of the Triumph
Yeah.
Club here in town.
But this isn't a bug eye, though.
No. Well, Bug Eye would be a Sprite.
Oh, that's
But
right. Yeah, yeah.
62 Triumph TR4. From
Man.
England, along with all of the problems that they have with these cars.
Yeah.
What do you think that sold for?
Oh, gosh. That's a
Don't think too much about it. Now, just
That's a $7,000 car.
7,000. Mars.
And I'm thinking 11,
What did Jeff say?
17,000.
17. That car sold for $8,000.
I'll take it.
Next
Yeah,
up,
okay.
next up,
All right.
across the pond, a 1988 BMW 325i. It looks like a convertible to me.
Yes, it does.
Okay, 325i, 88 model year, sold for fill in the blank. Mars?
I'm not a fan of that.
Neither am I.
That's
I would
neither
go-
here nor there.
Yeah, I know. It's a BMW. 14.
16.
Heitzman says 17.
$7,460.
Which pond? Because this got a pond plate of Minnesota on it. I don't know if it's a big pond. over there.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Woo-hoo, look at that.
This tempts me. It tempts me. This is what we used to call a bucket T. Remember those?
Yeah.
A 1923 Ford hot rod.
Now they call them T-buckets.
They do.
What do you think? No. What do you think? It's got a 350 Chevy engine in it. How much did it sell
We'll
for?
let Heitzman go first.
Is that a blower? I can't.
No, it's just
It looks like it's
Just a
got
regular
two
carbureted.
Yeah.
4 barrels on
Yeah.
it.
Jeff says 15,000. Heitzman says 15,000. I would say maybe 18.
17,850.
I was going to say 17,850.
If he'd have just given you a chance
I know.
to speak
I would have
cut
had
you
it.
off.
I would-
Okay,
right
now
spot on.
here's one for Heitzman. This would be his car. He would drive this. A 1979 Mercedes-Benz 280 CE. A 1979 Mercedes-Benz. I can see Heitzman sitting in the car, the window rolled down, his elbow out, and him smoking a pipe filled with Prince Albert tobacco.
I was thinking cigar, but okay. I can live with a pipe.
79, how much?
$9,000.
9 grand?
24.
24? Heitzman says,
Heitzman says 24. I'll go to 25 then.
okay, 19,950. See, you two can get into the classic club
Yeah.
era easily.
Under
that-
20 grand.
And finally,
Put that in your pipe. and
finally, I had to do this for Leslie. Here for sale, a 1994 Jaguar XJS.
smoke it. Jaguar. What is going on in the front? Oh, it's got wiper. It's got the front headlight wipers on
Looks
it.
like it got smacked.
No, it didn't. How much do you think
it was
that
built
car?
that way?
How much do you think that this car sold for? It was no reserve car, so keep that
convertible.
in mind. A 1994 Jaguar XJS.
$8,000.
Oh, man. Heitzman says 35. I would go 26.
$11,538, and you too can have all the problems on 4 wheels with
Yeah,
that car.
You can just
Bring a
smell
wrecker.
it. You can just smell it.
No, have the wrecker follow you wherever you go. That's the way that
You can
works.
just smell that.
All right. Just ahead, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History. And I'll have this week's auto news headlines. Some of them, anyway. InWheelTime Car Talk Show continues after this break. Well, let's try it again.
You've waited all winter, and it's finally here. The Tailpipes and Tacos Spring Cruise In. It's been a while, but the popular Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In returns to the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, Saturday, April 19th. Make any donation to Shirley's Kids and get a free breakfast taco. There'll be mimosas and Bloody Marys, too. Get to the best cruise in of the year. Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, April 19th, 8 to 11 a.m. Cruise in, make a donation of any amount, and grab a free Lupi Tortilla breakfast taco. Tailpipes and Tacos only happens at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, 703 West Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of the Katy Freeway. Join the car camaraderie, and your car will automatically compete for one of 3 chili pepper trophies at no charge. Spring is here, and what better way to celebrate than with a free taco at Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, April 19th, 8 to 11 a.m. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show will be there too. We hope to see you then. Come on out. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Hey, you're going to the Hot Rod Tour of Texas? Be sure and follow the InWheelTime team when we join over 300 other enthusiasts beginning April 24th as we trek across Texas. Get the info link at InWheelTime.com.
All right.
And our InWheelTime Facebook page.
Cool.
Time now for the racing calendar, sponsored by the Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Thank you for that. We've got NHRA this weekend, NHRA Ford Wide Nationals at the Strip at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Thank you for that. It's English. So look forward to that. Check your local listing on it. You've got Indy. You've got the Grand Prix of Long Beach this weekend. Yay, 90 laps in Long Beach, California. That's always interesting. It's always a good race to watch. I like the open wheel. Go Andretti. Craftsman Truck Series race was postponed yesterday due to weather. Much like maybe the Xfinity and the NASCAR Cup guys, that might happen, but they're all in Bristol for the NASCAR Xfinity and the big Cup guys. They were in Bristol yesterday also. That was canceled. You've got IMSA racing this weekend. It is the Grand Prix of Long Beach because they're running with the Indy guys. And then you've got Homestead, Miami for the Formula E going on. And then you also have the Don's favorite, my favorite as well, the Formula One Bahrain Grand Prix. That's in the it's in your brain, Bahrain International Circuit.
Bahrain.
There's a lot of racing going on.
This week in auto history, Mr. Mars.
Got quite a few things going on, so we're going to kind of run through them. This week in 1977, on the recommendation of the National Advisory Committee on Uniform Traffic Control Devices, they approved the standardized symbol signs for the nation's streets and highways. You're going to see some right here.
What year did they do that?
1977.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Reserved parking for the handicap crossing, fire station, stop ahead, yield ahead, and parking.
The food and restaurant one, that should be Bucky's sign.
Well, this was all part of
71.
it before pre-Bucky's, but that's all in the blue signs that you're going to find out on the highway. Then, in 1971, Ford introduced the Pinto. Now, this is actually 1970 for the 71 model year. And it was designed to be compact, lightweight, and budget-friendly, competing against all the cars that were coming in for the imports because of the rising fuel prices at the time. It was a simple design, rear-wheel drive, really successful at first, but then they ran into a problem with the fuel tank.
No, actually, people ran into the fuel tank, and it was a problem.
It caused a problem, yes. Mm-hmm. But they actually sold 3 million of those cars.
Oh, yeah.
So they sold a lot of them. So, also this week, in 1912, the first New York City cab painted yellow. Now, John Hertz founded the Yellow Cab Company in Chicago in 1907.
John Hertz, like the Hertz rental car company?
Yeah,
that was his cousin. He chose yellow based on a visibility study by a local university that determined that color was more recognizable than all the other colors out there. So then, in 1912, he moved to New York, took it on over there, and it quickly caught on over there, and now it is universally the recognized cab color, particularly in New York.
Cool.
Now, April the 11th, this is Jeff Day. Jeff,
yeah, baby.
For you. Yep. 1988, Neil Young released his album, This
Harold
Note's
Melvin
for
and
You.
the Blue Notes.
Now, this included the song Coupe de Ville.
Coupe de Ville.
Just for you. Also, in 2007, production begins on the Buick Enclave.
Yes.
Now, 2017, exactly 10 years to the day,
Jeff Day on there.
they released the second generation of the Buick Enclave. They did it intentionally. That's all yours on Jeff Day.
All right, thank you.
Now, April the 12th, 1964, the first Mustang TV ad airs. Now, they were really smart when they did this because they did this just before it went on sale and was debuted at the World's Fair that year. Went across all 3 major networks the night before the official release. Showed the Mustang sporty design, the affordability, youthful appeal. First day, 22,000 Mustangs sold on the very first day. Very successful ad campaign. Also, 1981, the launch of the DeLorean DMC-12 in the U.S. Now, this caught everybody's attention because of the futuristic stainless steel body, the gull-wing doors, and it's powered by a V6 engine.
And the cocaine left on the dashboard.
No, that came with the second generation.
Okay.
That was It promised style over speed. It was built in Northern Ireland. It's very iconic because of the underwhelming performance and production issues it had. But the short-run production ended in 1983, and it lives on as the Time Machine and Back to the Future.
Always will.
They always will. That's this week in automotive history.
Two.
All right. Here, I'm going to kind of close out this segment.
All right.
With starting off with this story, just to get you mad. If you weren't mad enough, Mary Barra received compensation worth $29.5 million last year as CEO of General Motors, a 5.9% increase as the automaker achieved strong earnings and executed on key business goals. Barra's base salary of $2.1 million was unchanged from 2022. Well, so how does she get the $29 million? Through stock options mainly.
Stock options.
And bonuses and stuff like that.
Yeah, but her stock was in
Who
Tesla.
is her husband? Does
stock-
she have a husband? Or is it another woman?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't either.
I
Because you
think-
certainly never hear about him. Of course, if I were him, I'd stay back.
I'd be on an island in the Bahamas somewhere.
Hey, Mary, where's John? Oh, I don't know, actually. Doesn't make any difference.
I don't care.
She doesn't care.
Her stock is in Tesla.
Barra, in 2024, again became the highest paid Detroit 3 executive, a distinction she held for 8 straight years before falling behind former Stellantis CEO Carl Tavares in 2023. Compensation for Carl, who resigned in December, fell 37% in 2024 to $23.9 million. Well, no wonder
Duh.
he stole all the money. Ford CEO Jim Farley saw his total compensation slip 6.1% to 2024 to $24.9 million, as guess what? Quality and electric vehicle sales fell short of goals. Yeah, I think. The biggest problem is those recalls. Do you know how much recalls cost a car maker? A lot.
Well, they build them into the price.
No, not as many as Ford
Well,
has.
that's true, too.
Well,
They got
because-
some built in.
But, some of them are something so simple as a typo error on a
A label.
label, and it costs them so much money, even to get
Sticker.
all the paperwork just to get the stickers replaced.
Sticker.
And having to go through all of that, they probably got a recall department, and all they do is work on recall stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine how
Yeah,
big
they got a
that
working
is?
department.
The
And that's-
process has got to be monstrous
Oh,
just to get it
God.
get it approved from the government and all that stuff. And then you got to send it to the dealerships, and they're paying $150 an hour loaded rate to put stickers on.
We used to work with factory reps all the time, and their goal is to increase sales through this, depending on the service department, but they also were the mediator for the warranties.
And let's
Sure.
see here. Let me go back to that story that I just read just a minute ago.
Mary Barra?
No, it was Jim Farley.
Oh, yeah.
And he still made
Farley,
what?
Farley.
29. Oh, here it is over here.
Farley,
He
Farley.
still made $24.9 million.
I don't know
Hey,
how you
Jim,
can survive off that.
I'll tell you what, Jim. For all the future recalls, we're taking it out of your paycheck,
There you go.
and you'll still have money left over.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That ain't going to happen either.
No.
I got some other really interesting stories we're going to get to the next half hour. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. Our address here is info@InWheelTime.com. We'll be back after this.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The award-winning InWheelTime Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us.